Welcome back to Speak Unstoppable, the podcast where every conversation makes you unstoppable. I'm Maria.
And I'm John. Hey everyone, great to be here with you today.
John, how are you doing? Like, genuinely, how has your week been?
Okay, so honestly, it's been a weird week. Good in some ways, but also kind of frustrating.
Oh yeah? What happened?
So I was in this meeting at work, right? And someone asked me a direct question in English. And I froze. Like completely froze. My mind just went totally blank.
Oh no!
And the worst part is, I knew the answer. I knew exactly what I wanted to say. But the words just disappeared. It was like my brain just shut down.
Okay, wait, I need to stop you right there. Because what you just described, that is so common. And there is actually a really fascinating psychological reason why that happens.
Really? Because I just felt embarrassed and kind of stupid, honestly.
No, you are not stupid at all. What happened to you has a name. It has a science behind it. And today, that is exactly what we are going to talk about. Why your mind goes blank when you are speaking, especially in English, and what you can actually do about it.
Okay, good. Because I need answers. That feeling was awful.
So before we jump in, if this is your first time here at Speak Unstoppable, welcome. We are so glad you found us.
Yeah, seriously, welcome. This is the podcast where we talk about real life, real mindset stuff, and we use real English conversations to help you grow.
And if you have been listening for a while, thank you. Your support means everything to us.
It really does.
So here is what I want to ask you right now. If you have ever had that moment where your mind just goes blank when you try to speak English, please hit that subscribe button. Because today's episode is made for you.
And leave us a comment below. Tell us, where does it happen for you? In a meeting? With a native speaker? On a phone call? We want to know.
Your story matters. And sharing it also helps other learners feel less alone. Okay, John, are you ready to actually understand what is going on inside your brain?
Yes, 100% ready. Let's do this.
All right, so let's start with the big question. Why does the mind go blank?
Yeah, because it feels so random. Like 1 minute I'm fine, and then suddenly nothing.
Right, and it feels random, but it is actually not. There is something very specific happening in your brain when you freeze like that.
Okay, tell me.
So there is a part of your brain called the amygdala. Now, the amygdala is basically your brain's alarm system. Its entire job is to protect you from danger.
Like a security guard.
Exactly like a security guard. And the thing is, your amygdala cannot always tell the difference between a real physical danger, like a tiger chasing you, and a social danger, like being judged or embarrassed in front of people.
Wait, seriously? So my brain thinks someone asking me a question in English is dangerous?
To your amygdala? Yes, absolutely yes. When you feel pressure to speak, especially in a second language, your brain can interpret that as a threat.
Wow, that is wild.
And when your amygdala senses a threat, it does something called triggering your fight or flight response.
Fight or flight. I've heard that phrase before.
Right. So, fight or flight is your body's automatic emergency reaction. Your heart beats faster, your muscles tense up, stress hormones flood your system, and here is the key part: your brain actually redirects energy away from your thinking, reasoning, language centers.
Oh, so that's why I can't find words.
Exactly. The part of your brain you need to speak, your prefrontal cortex. Your language processing areas, they get starved of resources in that moment.
Okay, that is. Actually kind of amazing and also terrifying.
It is both. And there is a phrase I want you to remember for this. Ready?
Ready.
The phrase is amygdala hijack.
Amygdala hijack.
Yes, amygdala hijack. This term was actually introduced by psychologist Daniel Goleman in his book on emotional intelligence. It describes exactly what happens. Your amygdala essentially hijacks your rational brain. It takes over.
Amygdala hijack. Okay, I love that. It gives me something to call it instead of just I panicked and looked like an idiot.
Haha, exactly. Now you can say, I had an amygdala hijack.
I had an amygdala hijack. Yeah, that sounds way more intelligent than I froze.
It is the same thing, but now you understand the why behind it. So here is something really important I want everyone listening to understand. This does not only happen to English learners.
Oh, really?
Native speakers experience this too. Professional speakers, actors, executives, everyone has had moments where words just disappear under pressure.
Huh. That actually makes me feel better.
It should, because the problem is not your English level.
Wait, say that again?
The problem is not your English level. Going blank is not a language problem. It is a nervous system problem.
Oh, wow. Okay, that is a big reframe right there.
Huge reframe. And when you understand that, you stop blaming your vocabulary, you stop blaming your grammar, and you start looking at the real issue, which is, how do I calm my nervous system down so my brain can actually work?
Right, because no amount of vocabulary study is going to help if my brain shuts down the moment someone looks at me.
Precisely. And this is what I want to teach today, not just what causes the blank mind, but how to work with your brain, not against it. Okay, so let's talk about the specific triggers, because knowing what sets off your amygdala is actually really powerful.
Yes, because for me, it was definitely the pressure of being watched. Like everyone was looking at me waiting for an answer.
That is one of the most common triggers. Let me walk through a few of them.
Please, yes.
Trigger number 1, the fear of judgment.
Oh, 100% that was me.
When we believe others are evaluating us, our intelligence, our accent, our grammar, our threat response activates immediately. The brain thinks, if I make a mistake, I will be rejected. And rejection to our social brain feels like danger.
Right, because humans are social animals. We need belonging.
Exactly right. We are wired for belonging. And the fear of social rejection is genuinely processed by the brain as pain, actual pain, not just metaphorical pain. Research has shown this.
No way. So it literally hurts?
Neurologically speaking? Yes. The same areas of the brain that process physical pain also light up during social rejection.
That changes how I think about why this is so hard. It is not weakness. It is literally biology.
It is biology. Trigger number 2, performance pressure, when you feel like you are being tested or evaluated in real time.
Like a job interview. Or A presentation.
or a spontaneous conversation with a native speaker where you feel like every word matters.
Yeah. Like you feel like you only have one chance to say it right.
And that pressure alone is enough to trigger the hijack. Trigger number 3. Perfectionism.
Oh. Oh no. That's me too.
Haha, it is a lot of people. Perfectionism is when your brain refuses to let you speak until it has found the perfect word, the perfect sentence, the perfect grammar.
And while it is searching for perfect time runs out, and you say nothing.
Exactly. Perfectionism creates a kind of internal paralysis. You are so afraid of being wrong that you become unable to respond at all.
Okay, so perfectionism is actually making things worse, not better.
It is. And this is where the second key phrase comes in that I want everyone to learn today.
Oh, we have a second one?
We do. The phrase is progress over perfection.
Progress over perfection.
Yes, progress over perfection. It means done is better than perfect. Moving forward imperfectly is better than standing still perfectly.
Progress over perfection. I like that. It is kind of freeing, actually.
It is very freeing because it takes the pressure of performing perfectly off the table. And when the pressure drops, guess what?
The amygdala relaxes?
The amygdala relaxes. Your prefrontal cortex comes back online. Words start flowing again.
So it is literally like letting go of perfect is what unlocks your ability to speak.
Yes, that is exactly it. So now let's talk about what you can actually do. Because understanding the science is great, but you need tools. Real, practical tools.
Yes, give me the tools.
Okay, I am going to share 3 strategies that are backed by both psychology and the experience of language learners who have broken through this barrier.
3 strategies. Got it.
Strategy number 1. Breathe before you speak.
Seems simple.
It is simple. But simple does not mean easy, and it definitely does not mean ineffective. Here is why it works. Slow, deep breathing directly activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is the opposite of fight or flight. It sends a signal to your amygdala that says, calm down. There is no danger here.
So breathing is literally talking your brain out of panic?
Yes. One simple technique is called box breathing. You breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4. Breathe out for 4, hold for 4.
Box breathing.
And even just 1 or 2 rounds of that before you respond or even while you are speaking can measurably reduce the stress response in your body.
Okay, so next time I have a meeting, before I walk in, I can do some box breathing.
Exactly. And even if you get put on the spot in the middle of a meeting, you can take 1 quiet deep breath before you answer. Nobody will notice. But your brain will feel it.
Okay, I am going to try that. That honestly feels doable.
Good. Strategy number 2. Use filler phrases to buy yourself time.
Oh, interesting. Like what?
Okay, so in English, there are certain phrases that native speakers use all the time naturally to give themselves a moment to think. And they do not sound weird or unconfident. They sound natural.
Like what are some examples?
Things like, that is a great question. Let me think about that for a second. Or, where do I start? Or, You know what? That is something I have been thinking about.
Oh, wow. These are phrases that buy you time without making you look lost.
Exactly. And the beautiful thing is when you learn a few of these and you practice them until they feel automatic, they become a bridge, a verbal bridge that gets you from the moment of panic to the moment where your words come back.
A verbal bridge. I love that.
Because remember, your words are not gone forever. They just need a few extra seconds to come back online.
Right. They are there, they just need a moment.
Exactly. And a filler phrase gives your brain that moment without creating an awkward silence or making you look like you do not know what to say.
Okay, this is genuinely helpful. Because I always felt like if I paused too long, people would think I do not know English.
Right. And that fear makes the hijack worse. But when you have a phrase ready, the fear drops. Your brain has something to do while it recovers.
That is smart.
Strategy number 3, and this one might surprise you, is to make mistakes on purpose.
Wait, what? On purpose?
Yes, I know. But here is the logic. The fear of making mistakes is one of the biggest triggers of the amygdala hijack for English learners. So, what happens when you deliberately practice making mistakes in a safe environment?
The brain stops treating mistakes as dangerous?
Yes, you are desensitizing your amygdala to the experience of saying something imperfect. You are teaching your threat system, hey, mistakes are not the end of the world. They are not rejection. They are not danger.
So like practice having a conversation where you let yourself use the wrong word sometimes, or stumble, and just keep going?
Exactly. With a friend, with a language partner, in a low-stakes setting. The goal is not accuracy. The goal is keeping the flow going even when you stumble.
Progress over perfection.
There it is. Yes, progress over perfection, applied in real life.
That is a big shift. Because I always practiced trying to say things correctly. I never practiced saying things imperfectly and keeping going.
And that is why the blank mind keeps happening. Because your brain has no experience of surviving a mistake. So it panics at the thought of making one.
Wow. That is kind of mind-blowing, actually.
Okay, I want to talk to you, yes. You, the person listening right now.
Yeah, let's talk to you for a second.
If you have ever had your mind go blank while speaking English, first of all, you are not alone. Millions of English learners around the world have felt exactly what you feel.
And what you feel is real. That panic, that embarrassment, that frustration, it is real. And it makes sense.
But here is what I want you to hold on to today. Your blank mind is not proof that you cannot speak English. It is proof that your brain is working exactly as it was designed to work, protecting you.
Yeah, your brain is trying to keep you safe. It just does not know that a conversation is not actually dangerous.
And your job, our job, is to gently teach it otherwise. One conversation at a time. One mistake at a time. One breath at a time.
Slowly, your brain learns, oh, speaking English is not a threat. I can do this.
And the blanks get shorter. And then less frequent. And then one day, you realize the words are just flowing.
And that day is coming for you. We genuinely believe that.
Keep going. You are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be, learning what you need to learn right now. Okay, let's bring this home with some action items, because this episode should give you something real to do, not just something to think about.
Yes. Real actions. What do we have?
Action item number 1. Start doing box breathing before any English conversation you feel nervous about. Before a call, before a meeting, before a speaking practice session. In for 4, hold for 4. Out for 4, hold for 4. Even once or twice.
Simple, doable, and it works.
Action item number 2. Learn and memorize at least 3 filler phrases in English. Write them down. Practice them out loud until they feel natural. Make them part of your automatic toolkit.
Something like that's a great question. Let me think about that for a second.
Exactly that. Or, where do I even begin? Or, you know what? I've actually been thinking about this. Practice them when you are not nervous, so they are ready when you are.
Because if you only practice under pressure, they will not come out naturally.
Exactly right. Preparation before pressure.
I like that.
Action item number 3. Have one intentional, imperfect conversation this week. Find a speaking partner, or even just talk to yourself out loud in English about your day, about a topic you like, and when you stumble, do not stop. Do not correct yourself. Just keep going. Keep the flow.
Progress over perfection. In practice.
Yes, make imperfection with your practice partner. Because fluency is not born from perfect sentences. It is born from continuous speech, messy, real human speech.
That is something I genuinely needed to hear. Because I think I have been practicing perfection instead of practicing fluency.
So many learners are. And this shift, practicing fluency instead of perfection, this is what actually moves the needle. Okay, let's do a quick review before we say goodbye, because at Speak Unstoppable, we always make sure you leave with the lesson locked in.
I love this part.
All right. Today we talked about why your mind goes blank when speaking English. And the answer is, it is not about your vocabulary. It is not about your grammar. It is a nervous system response, specifically something called the amygdala hijack.
Amygdala hijack, when your brain's alarm system activates and shuts down your language centers under pressure.
Exactly. And the key mindset shift we talked about today is progress over perfection. Stop waiting to speak perfectly. Start speaking imperfectly. And keep going.
Progress over perfection.
And our 3 strategies. Breathe before you speak, box breathing. Use filler phrases to build a verbal bridge when you freeze. And practice making mistakes on purpose to desensitize your brain to imperfection.
3 strategies. Real, doable, backed by science.
And most importantly, your blank mind is not a failure. It is your brain protecting you. Teach it kindness. Teach it courage. Teach it that speaking English is safe.
One conversation at a time.
One conversation at a time. All right, that is it for today's episode of Speak Unstoppable. Thank you so much for spending this time with us. It genuinely means the world.
It really does. We make this for you, and hearing that it helps, that keeps us going.
If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, leave us a rating, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. Maybe a friend who always says, "My English is not good enough." Because now they will know it is not about being good enough. It is about teaching your brain to feel safe.
And now for our comment question of the day, we want you to answer this below. When does your mind go blank the most? Is it in meetings, on phone calls, talking to a native speaker, or somewhere else entirely?
Tell us in the comments. Your answer might help someone else feel seen. And if you want to go deeper on any of today's topics, mindset, psychology, English fluency, we have more episodes waiting for you right here.
We will see you in the next one. Keep going.
Every conversation makes you unstoppable. Take care, everyone.